Well, on this day in 1889, the weather was anything but typical for Christmas Eve. The Nebraska Historical Society says Omaha reached 68 degrees for a high that day. That's the warmest December 24th in Omaha history. The reprieve from Old Man Winter didn't last, though. 4 days later, a severe thunderstorm struck, followed by plummeting temperatures and howling winds. By the 29th, highs were only in the teens. That's Nebraska weather for you.